Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Godwin Tete, a safety, security and environment professional. Thank you for your likes, thank you for your comment on my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a unique topic that is dear to the hearts of many of our women. And I'm going to talk about LPG gas usage in our kitchen. Right, so the reason why I'm treating this topic is that I was in the house one morning and a colleague called me that she had a heavy leakage of gas at her kitchen, and that what steps she has to take to ensure that it doesn't lead to fire or it doesn't lead to accident. And I gave her the steps, and I think that it will be very good or a very advantage for the larger audience. That's how come I'm treating this topic. Right, so when you are faced with this situation, never panic. Just calm your mind and go straight to the regulator of the cylinder and cut it off, right, and off the regulator. So when you do that, what you have done is that you have cut supply of combustible material, which is the gas, to the atmosphere. All right, so after you cut it off, then you are looking at the next step. I mean, obviously the gases at the place have to be or has to go out of the place. So then you are thinking about the next step, which is creating openings. So the next step is that open all doors and windows if possible. So when you open all doors and windows, what you are doing is that you are taking the residual gas outside of the charged kitchen. Now after you open all doors and windows, then you have no business being there, because being there also expose you to a lot of health issues. I mean, you can be inhaling the gases and all of that. So what you have to do is that you have to quickly come out of the kitchen and wait until the gas is, completely out of the place. Then you can go back to go and put your kitchen in place. So let's take this scenario also. Let's say now you came and you met a fire on your burner, right? This time it's a real fire. What steps are you going to put in place? It's still the same. Don't panic. Just calm your mind down and go straight to your regulator and turn it off. Now when you turn your regulator off, what you have done is that you've starved the fire of a major combustible material, which is the gas. All right, so when you turn the gas off, now you are left with the residual fire to deal with. And I must say this, I will entreat all our houses that we should make sure and install fire extinguishers in our houses, especially in our kitchen. All right, so if you have the fire extinguisher installed in your kitchen, now you can reach out to the fire extinguisher to use or to extinguish the fire if you are trained and competent to do so. All right, if you are not trained and competent to do so, what you have to do is that you think about your dear life, you come outside and you reach out to the Ghana National Fire Service, and their contact is 192. You call them to come and extinguish the fire. All right, but the very first basic step is to cut the supply of combustible material, which is very best and the basic you have to do before later then you can reach out to the Ghana National Fire Service on 192. I repeat. Now I want to give out this information. If you happen to live in a compound house, if you happen to live in an apartment, if you happen to live as a family unit, let us have a dedicated emergency procedures, a dedicated emergency protocol installed at the place. All right, so what it means is that in case of any emergency, everybody, each member of the vicinity knows what to do at every point in time, and it has to be tested. So you have the emergency procedures there, and you have to test it regularly so that in case of any emergency, we can activate the protocols and we all be safe. Right, so after dealing with my colleague's question, let me go to the topic of today, and I'm talking about liquid petroleum gas, LPG. So as we all know, LPG is a good source of fuel for cooking. and it can be dangerous if you don't store and use it correctly. Alright, so that is the topic I'm going to treat today. So over the period, issues relating to gas are, users don't normally inspect the hoses and the cylinder as a whole to see defects and control it. Users also fail to change the hoses regularly. The major issue here is that users also fail to turn off the cylinder, to turn the regulator off when they finish cooking or when they are done using the cylinder. Just know that proper installation of or proper storage of gas cylinder in our houses is very essential. Alright, so when you are setting up your gas cylinder, there are some things you need to know or you need to take into consideration. As we speak, it is widely known that installing your gas cylinder outdoors is very good. Alright, so what it does is that in case you should even have spillage, or let's say spillage of gas, it is just dispersed into the air and atmosphere. Alright, so there's no issue. So the first point you have to know that in all cases, if it's possible, just have your cylinder outdoor. So let's say if by design, or let's say space and all of that, you cannot install your cylinder outside, then obviously you have to set up your cylinder inside of your kitchen. And in doing so, there are some safety measures you have to put in place to ensure that you'll be safe at the kitchen. One is that you must always make sure that you open the windows of your kitchen at all time. Just remaining with the wire mesh at the kitchen. Alright, so you always open for ventilation in and out of your kitchen. That's the very first one. The second measure you need to ensure is that you always make sure you install your burner like higher than the cylinder. Alright, so the burner will always be higher than the cylinder in terms of installation. It doesn't have to be direct on top of the cylinder, but anyhow you install it, always make sure the burner will be higher than the cylinder. That's the second. The third point is cylinders should always be placed vertically on a firm and a level surface where good access to the regulator can always be maintained. Alright. The next is that always put the regulator knob off when cylinder is not in use. Anytime you finish cooking, put the knob off, and when you are supposed to reuse it, then you put it on again. Now there's this issue mostly as I see in most of our kitchen. Never place a weight or let's say a stone on the regulator of the cylinder to keep it fitting. Alright, if it's faulty, you just have to report it to the dealer so that it can be fixed, rather than using stone or brick to make it fitting whilst you are using it. Avoid combustible materials around your cylinder. Make sure your cylinder is free. So I bring to an end the part 1 of this very training. Thank you for watching my video, and thank you for always liking my video. I continue to urge you to still like my videos. I also thank my subscribers. I still urge you that if you are yet to subscribe, kindly hit the subscribe button. Kindly share the videos. Share the videos to a lot of people. Alright, thank you.